So it's time to see some creepy creatures in Australia. Some of them may be extremely deadly, and others are just creepy creatures that you want to stay away from them. First on the list, Australian honeybees. So guys, those honeybees are not the ones you used to see. They're actually one of the most deadly insects in Australia. Once it bites someone, his skin will immediately start swelling and afterwards extreme painful itching will take place. And if he was allergic to honeybees, he'll start suffering from extreme high blood pressure and irregular heartbeats. And unfortunately, it may even lead to fatal death. And guys, hear this. Did you know that the Australian honeybees were responsible for killing more people than spiders? Pretty weird fact, right? Stingrays. Stingrays are extremely venomous, yet their venom won't kill you unless their initial whiptail sting was targeted at your chest or the abdominal area. Other than that, their venom will be unbearably painful that it might require you to stay at the hospital for a few days. Did you know that stingrays are actually from a fish group related to sharks? So if you saw that shark relative stingray anywhere, don't panic. Just swim away slowly and avoid getting close to its tail under all costs. Spider rains. Yes, you heard it right. Spider rains happens when a couple of factors combine together. First one is the excessive amount of nets and silk made by spiders that can cover up to 40 kilometers square of lands. Second reason is the strong winds. So when the weather isn't stable and a strong wave of winds hover over spider nets, it simply carries over all the spiders with it and can take them miles away, resulting in a falling spiders phenomena where the residents witness an actual rain made of spiders, not water. And in case you wonder if it's a rare phenomena or not, unfortunately it's not rare. And even worse, it's not even accidental. In 2013, a study took place by physicists of the University of Hawaii proved that spiders build their nets in places that'll experience high winds at some point of the year. And they simply do this as a form of annual migration. Guys, I cannot express how much I despise those insects for real. Soldier beetles. This one is a bit tricky, as this type of beetles can be harmful for some people and helpful for others. Let's see why. Those beetles help in growing healthy flowers as they act as valuable pollinator for the plants and feed on nectar and pollen. And that was the good news. The bad news lies when their quantity increases unexpectedly, as in normal conditions they won't sting or bite you, but when they're in masses it'll be impossible to get rid of them by yourself. And some sources even say that they might bite at that point, as they'll consider the garden as their main home and any way of interrupting their daily routine will be considered as an attack. Personally, I'll pass their help. My garden is fine without those little cuties. Paralysis tick. Let's slow down on this one. And to be honest, this is the only creature that scared me during preparing this episode. So, long story short, this little micro-insect will put you in immediate pain after the bite happens. Then it'll be followed by swelling and extreme itching sensations. But that's not all. The story is just starting. 'Cause if you have an allergic reactions towards it, or a weak immunity, your body will get into gradual fever. Afterwards, it'll add up with painful headaches and lymph nodes, and if you didn't seek immediate medical help at this point, it'll unfortunately develop into a full-body paralysis. Even though it's kind of rare to reach the final stage of paralysis due to our modern medical system. Yet, it's horrifying what a little insect can do to us. And guys, the story is different for dogs and cats. If a paralysis tick bite them, it'll extremely affect their health and must be taken to a vet clinic immediately, as the death rate in dogs and cats due to bites of paralysis ticks are over 5%. And yes, that is a high percentage indeed. The flying fox. In some countries, they're called fruit bats, and from their names, it's obvious that they are vegan bats and of course won't bite you directly. But in fact, they cause way more damage. But in an indirect way, they simply spread wide range of diseases by getting in contact with the fruits. And not just that, they'll also cause infections by just touching them. One of those many infections caused by fruit bats is rabies. And that's the reason why residents of Australia and Africa are more prone to rabies and other infections that are caused by bats getting in contact with their food. And of course, not washing the food before consuming. Platypus. Have you ever heard of a mammal that lay eggs? Or a mammal that is venomous? I bet you didn't. But here I am, telling you that the platypus is a mammal that do lay eggs. And very venomous as well. This platypus venom is scientifically proven as a deadly venom, yet there isn't any record of a death case due to its venom. But unfortunately, it's extremely painful though, and the good news is that the platypus venom is produced only during mating season, and he won't attack you unless he felt threatened. So yeah, that was all for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have time. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace out.